United Artists feature is brought to you by 20th Century Fox Video.
Put up on my hot end. I'm sorry.
this what you came for?
No, I came for my union bill.
Well, if this is what you came for, then I might as well let you have it.
Just a bit overdressed for this place anyway.
Gets his way, he'll make you pay. Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet. Tell me how to get to Sesame Street. Call and play, everything's A-okay.
Riley.
Friendly neighbors and
Riley again. Where are they going?
how to get to
Sesame Street.
How to get to
Yeah, they were all going to Sesame Street. Here they are. Oh, 28, 29, 30. Whoa. Oh, hi. I was too busy to see you there. I'm just doing all kinds of exercises because I'm trying to make myself stronger. How am I doing, huh?
Good.
Boy, not bad. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to be really strong, though. You know, like Wonder Woman or Hairy Monster. Boy, imagine if I were the strongest bird in the world, like Superbird. What's that, Dana? What's that? What's that, Dana? Oh, that's. You scared? Oh, don't be scared. Stay right, Daddy.
Attention, people of the world. You are all no doubt wondering what is happening at this very time. And you will all know soon, very soon. I have interrupted every broadcast for every TV and radio station in the entire world. Via satellite. Via your satellite, Mr. President. To bring you a very special announcement. I have in my possession a tool that can alter the course of the world forever. You all may be wondering how I can do this, but you will never know. Never. If my demands are not met, I will transform every man, woman, and child into raving cocaine addicts to a degree far beyond that of today's average user. Your entire society will crumble, and slowly but surely, your world will collapse. I can inflict this pain on this world, and I can also prevent it. Every man has his price, and this is mine. $500 billion in gold bullion to be delivered to a bank in Switzerland in my name. 3/4 of the world nuclear arsenal. A haven, a place to live in seclusion in the United States. I don't think my price is too high to pay to save the world from self-destruction. Do you? I didn't think so. If my demands are not met within 72 hours, I will be forced to commence Operation Thriller.
Good evening, this is Kaidi Schlong from Thai Witness News. At this very moment, the United States, Russia, and England are deciding who they are going to send on the mission to stop Dr. Blow, the madman who has interrupted airwaves around the world and threatened to turn all the people of the world into drug addicts. England has elected James Bond, the highly decorated secret agent from Great Britain. It is more than likely that the United States and Russia will decide the same. Speaking for Thai Witness News and all the good people of the world, we hope they make the right decision. Right now, we will bring you live to Moscow and back to the White House. From Thai Witness News, this is Kaidi Schlong signing off. Back to you, Jake.
Am I speaking to the people of the world? Comrades and capitalist speaks. The Soviet Union informs the world we have nothing to do with this Dr. Blow. We believe this imperious fine must be stopped. And although this James Bond, this 007, has foiled my comrades many times, many times, we believe he is the right man for the job. I give you my word as Secretary General and the word of the Soviet people. There will be no Soviet interference. You question them. So, what if our cows have 9 legs? We're a peaceful nation. And due to our problems at Chernobyl, we are already in enough hot water. Good luck, 007.
I've been asked to state my feelings about a fellow named Bond, James Bond. Well, as I see it, 007 is really a 10. He's our modern-day version of the great heroes who appeared from time to time throughout history. There were many like him in the past, pioneers, soldiers, lawmen, explorers, people who all went out and put their lives on the line for the cause of good. Bond is fearless, skilled, witty, courageous, optimistic, and one other thing, he always gets his girl. He meets up with some pretty terrifying enemies, but somehow with his determination, skill, and yes, the help of a good script, he always triumphs over them. James Bond is a man of honor. Maybe it sounds old-fashioned, but I believe he's a symbol of real value to the free world. Of course, some critics might say that Bond is nothing more than an actor in the movies, but then we've all got to start somewhere.
What is Bond?
He's on a trivial case, sir.
Send him to me straight away.
Aye, aye, sir.
Arts and literature. What children's tale contains the line, quote, "Come, cinder slut, and hold this skein of wool for me," unquote.
I have no idea.
And the correct answer is Cinderella. I'm surprised at you.
Yeah. I would have never thought of that.
Roll again. The sports and leisure wedge.
What's the national sport of Japan?
Sumo wrestling. I'll just take my wedge and move into the game. History, please.
How many Israel athletes were killed at the Munich Olympics?
11. And unjustifiably, I might add. I admire your courage, miss.
Tilly, Scintillating Tilly.
For the game.
What literary character was tossed out of Eden and graduated from the University of Geneva? Mister?
Bond. James Bond.
Well, Mr. Bond, I see you don't get any questions wrong.
Well, there is one question I would have gotten wrong.
What's that?
There's a girl like you with a name like Titillating Tilly.
I'd rather not discuss that now, but my friends call me Titty.
I can see why. Tell me something, Titty.
Why?
Do you consider me a friend of yours?
Yes.
Then maybe we should try and discuss that. Your room?
Mine.
Hey, Titty, do you come here often?
Whenever I get the chance.
I tell you, that was a pretty big tale you told me.
Oh, it wasn't that big.
It was the tallest tale I ever heard.
What's that?
A message from home. I'll have to be going, Titty.
James, what am I gonna do?
Oh, Titty, you're a big girl now. Get a hold of yourself. You can handle it.
James.
'Cause Lord knows I can.
James.
Moneypenny, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Where have you been, James?
Keeping the British end up, Moneypenny.
I wish it was me, James.
Ah, dear Moneypenny, someday it will be you. I'm sure someday it will definitely be you.
Moneypenny, please send 007 in straight away.
Your first love calls, James.
Yes, but Moneypenny, you know you're my only love.
Good morning, 007. Sit down.
As a matter of fact, it was a pretty good morning, sir.
007, I don't have the time or desire to know how good your morning was, or your evening for that matter. Don't you ever rest, 007?
Never on the company's time, sir.
Well, I'm glad to see you're still practicing your American accent, because you'll need it where you're going.
Well, where's that?
Don't you have any idea of what's going on?
I guess I don't know, sir.
Well, it appears this fellow they call Dr. Blow.
Dr. Blow?
Yes, 007, Dr. Blow. Walk with me this way and I'll give you a fast briefing.
Yes, sir. Are we going to have a film today?
Yes, 007. Don't take off your jacket. You won't have time to take it. Oh, sit down, 007.
You first.
Attention, people of the world. You're all no doubt wondering what's happening at this very time. And soon you'll all know. I am interrupting every TV and radio broadcast in the entire world. Be a satellite, be a satellite, Mr. President.
Oh, hush your
Seems very familiar to me.
Just wash, 007.
You may all be wondering how I can do this, but you will never know. Never. If my demands are not met, I will transform every man, child, woman into raging cocaine to the degree far beyond that of the normal user. Your society will struggle. Your the world will collapse. I don't think this is too high a price to pay. And you, everything is the price of human life. Why is such rich brilliant now from his own belief? We divide things to the top. Reforming of the world, nuclear arsenal. I hate it. I hate that place of the United States and collusion. I don't think it's too high a price to pay. If my demands are not
High enough. You say, James. Too high.
I'll make it an operation. Through the
So what do you think?
Sounds to me like something our good friend Blofeld would dream up.
007, let me remind you that this mission is not a personal vendetta of yours. And if you treat it that way, you could easily be replaced by Agent 008. We know who this Dr. Blow is. And the CIA has had files on him for years. Your mission is to find out how he plans to ruin the world and stop him.
Well, sir, tell me, what do we know about this Dr. Blow?
Well, we know that he lives in America, and that is why you'll be working so closely with the CIA. And I've also arranged for you to work with your old friend, Felix Leiter.
Good old Felix, huh? That's good. Tell me, sir, just how big is this Dr. Blow?
This guy is so big that he makes this guy look like an amateur.
Yes, well, I think I should see him quite tardily. But one question before I leave, sir.
Yes, James, what is it?
Ever since we've changed our cover from Universal Export to Universal Video, you seem to have gotten a little carried away with yourself with these movie posters, wouldn't you say?
Ah, yes, James, you're right. I like them all, but I especially like Michael Jackson. He's a real thriller.
Yes, well, in that case, I think I'll beat it, sir.
Oh, James, by the way, on your way out, stop at Q's office, will you?
Yes, sir, it'll be a pleasure.
And James, good luck.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure I'll need it where I'm going.
Is this a big one, James?
Certainly is, Moneypenny. I'll let you have all of it as soon as I return.
Promises, James, promises.
Moneypenny? So long, darling.
This way, please. I will take but a few minutes of your time.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Pull up a chair.
I would if I could find one. I can't find one.
Well, stand if you like, 007.
Perfectly all right with me.
First, we have a new watch for you. It's an extremely delicate little bugger. It looks like an ordinary watch, but with a little twist here, 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 and here. It turns into a robot, affectionately known to us here in Ordnance as Robbie.
Robbie the robot, sir.
Right. Do pay attention, please. The right arm activates a laser cutting beam good enough to cut anything from limbs to industrial strength diamonds.
That's quite slicing, Q.
Yes, indeed. The left arm is your standard issue homing device, should you want us to know where you are.
Now, why ever would I want that to
Oh, God knows, 007. The right leg is utilized for identifying an unknown substance simply by planting it in the chemical, like so. And the left leg is the one we wish you wouldn't use, 007.
No, why not, Q?
Well, by turning it like this and then like that, you activate a 1 kilogram nuclear explosive device.
A 1 kilogram nuclear explosive device? Well, that's large enough to level a small city block.
Well, at least clear your head from your latest hangover.
Yes.
Next, we have a pen that can detonate the bomb should you have to detonate it under the 2-minute mark, simply by twisting it like so. By the way, 007, it writes and everything.
Nice to know, Q. Nice to know. Is that about it, sir?
Be patient, man, be patient. You know, you're going to be abroad in this case.
A what, sir?
Abroad. Abroad, man, you know, overseas, in America.
Ah, yes, abroad, sir, yes, abroad.
Yes, you'll have your usual attaché case. Bond, put that down.
I'm sorry, Q.
You'll have your usual attaché case, but you'll need to drive in something a bit more Americanized than your Aston Martin DB5. So, the people at Chevrolet division of General Motors and Aston Martin have collaborated in putting together a little package for you known as the Chevy Nova DB5.
That sounds pretty good, Q.
Well, it'll have the usual goodies in it, plus a few extras. Exploding hubs and a more economical ejector system.
How economical?
Well, we can't have you driving about America with a hole in your roof now, can we?
Certainly not, Q.
No, well, your friendly passengers will be ejected out of the window.
Smashing idea, Q. Smashing.
Like that. Please, 007, keep the windows open and good luck to you,
Will
sir.
that be it, sir?
Yes, it will.
Thank
Good
you,
day.
Q. It's been nice seeing you again.
Same here, as always.
By the way, Q, can I possibly use this one day?
No, 007, this is still experimental. On the next caper, I'm sure.
Yes.
Roy,
Q.
carry on, mate.
This is Flight 007 from London to New York. We hope your trip was an enjoyable one, and we hope your stay will be a safe one. Thank you once again for flying New York Air.
Felix, where is a good place to have a drink or two around here? James, we've spared all expenses on this one. We're going to the Trump Towers in downtown Manhattan. You mean I might get a chance to meet the infamous Donald Trump? I would say there's a good chance of that, but even if we don't, the Trump Towers are just like this car we've got.
And ladies and gentlemen, here we are once again with the marvelous and simply beautiful people, Mr. Trump Tower and his wife. So tell me, how do you keep looking so marvelous? Don't they look marvelous to you? And you know what they say. They say it is better to look marvelous than to feel good. And look what we got here. James. How you do?
Fernando, it's a pleasure to meet you again. This is my friend Felix Leiter. We'd really like to stay and talk to you and not really be rude to you again, but we have to go.
But you look marvelous. Don't he look marvelous?
James.
This man looking simply marvelous. But James, really.
All right, some other time for that.
No, but James.
I really have a pressing time.
But my people, the audience, because you just look at marvelous people.
Maybe
Come
I'll
on,
come back
James.
and give you a little...
What a marvelous man. James, serious. You...
To business?
Pleasure meeting you, Mr. and Mrs. Trump.
Take care. I mean, who was that guy, James?
Well, he's an old acquaintance, I should say.
I tell you, if you didn't shoot him, I would have.
I'm glad to see your spirits are up today. Let's get down to business.
Right this way, James.
All right, certainly, Felix. Hey, I tell you something. Looks like Uncle Sam's been really treating you boys well lately.
James, you know M always does the right thing by us.
I guess so.
What is this?
Well, that's why I always say, doers unto others as you would have them doers unto you.
Ah, James, please, do the honors.
Are you ready?
I certainly am.
Okay.
And by the way, James, after your flight, would you care for a bite?
Well, not this afternoon, but maybe tonight.
All right, as you wish. A little strong, but good, James.
Yes, that's the way it goes sometimes.
So tell me, what do you think about this Operation Thriller?
Well, to tell you quite honestly, it sounds like a Michael Jackson song to me.
You mean to tell me you've heard of him over in London, too?
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Heard of him all over the world, don't be silly.
Oh, God.
Even a secret agent such as myself has heard of Michael Jackson.
Unbelievable.
Smoke, sir.
Oh, sure. Thanks, James.
So when did you start smoking?
Just recently, you know. The nerves, James.
I know.
This job, it really gets to you sometimes.
Little trick with this lighter. You gotta do it twice before you actually use it.
Oh, really?
Do it the first and second time without using it, it blows up in your hand. I used it on a little fellow down in Jamaica one day.
Looks like a pretty deadly weapon.
Yeah, he's not around to talk about it.
I could see why.
So tell me, sir, what do we have?
Well, from what we know right now, this Dr. Blow moves more drugs, more cocaine than you can believe, more than anybody in the world today.
And there's no way we can get him on that.
Now, you see, the only problem is, this guy, he just doesn't touch anything. The only thing he touches is what he uses for himself and for his close friends.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Doesn't it?
He's too sharp to put his hands on actual merchandise.
Now, speaking of his friends, James, let me give you a little inside information on a few of his close ones. Now, let me see. Yeah, this one. This is his main girl. Never seen without her. She goes by the name of Coca-Cola.
I can see why he doesn't let her out of his sights.
Yeah, right? Now, let's see. This is, right here. This is Coky's sidekick. She goes by the name of Pepsi-Cola.
Pepsi-Cola and
Pepsi.
Coca-Cola.
Right?
Sweet pair.
Isn't it?
You got pretty good taste in women, Mr. Blow.
Now, where do you get a load of this sucker? This is the one you gotta watch out for, James. He is deadly. He's a mute. Comes from the hills of Sicily. All right? He's about your height, as you can see. Built like a Mack truck. And from what I hear, this guy hits like one, too.
Is that coming from personal experience?
No, thank God it isn't, James.
Glad to see that.
Just heard it through the grapevine.
I hate to get hit by this guy.
Yeah, me too.
What do they call this fellow?
You're not gonna believe it. Blowjob.
Blowjob?
Blowjob.
Let me ask you something, Felix. No pun intended. Is this blowjob Dr. Blow's head honcho?
How'd you guess?
Wasn't a hard one. So what else we got here?
What else would you like to know?
Well, I want to find this gruesome family.
Right.
And I'd like to know where I should go precisely.
I thought you'd never ask, James. We got one more here for you. This is where Dr. Blow calls home. Located somewhere in the southern part of Queens. Somewhere, I believe, in between the, I believe it's a Triborough and Hellgate Bridge.
Well, if my memory serves me correctly, Felix, isn't that called the story?
That's right.
There's not too much property in between those two bridges.
No, but I'll tell you what, it's just enough for them to deal most of their drugs out of a catering truck.
So Dr. Blow moves most of his merchandise for catering truck?
Absolutely, down right between the bridges.
Well, I tell you what, time is of the essence, and I think I should get going now. I'm going to go down to Astoria Park, and I'm going to walk around and see if I can buy something from one of these catering trucks.
Okay, but James, one thing. If you come across a truck, be very, very careful, because the only person attending any of his trucks is Blowjob. And remember, he's deadly, James.
I'm sure. Well, believe me, Felix, I'm not going to lose my head over that.
Believe me, I don't want you to do that, James.
Sorry for that rash.
Okay. So, James, will I be hearing from you?
Yes, you will. As soon as I get information, I'll give you a ring back.
Okay.
You just let him know where I am right now.
Okay, I'll do that.
Felix,
You walking to the door?
it has been certainly good
buddy.
seeing you again, pal.
Same here as always. And of course, James, be careful.
I will.
And I'll be here waiting.
I'll let you know if I come across anything interesting. And I'm sure I will.
I'm sure you will also. Take care, James.
Send in Blowjob and Heidi. Come in, gentlemen. Come in. Gentlemen, now that Operation Thriller has gone into effect, I have reason to believe that the world powers are going to send somebody to stop us. I have reason to believe that this is James Bond they're sending.
What makes you think it's James Bond?
Shut up! I just know. Now this man Bond, he's a very clever and resourceful man. Usually gets his way. And I'm sure he's gonna try to get his way with Cokie and Pepsi too.
Would you like me to do anything with them, sir?
Shut up! Blowjob. It's your job to make sure that Mr. Bond gets nowhere near Cokie and Pepsi.
And what am I gonna do? I asked
Shut up! You will deal with him accordingly. Your job is to make sure that nobody gets near Blowjob. If anybody gets near him, you will deal with him accordingly.
I will do so, sir.
Okay. I would have to tell you, man, what will happen if any of you fail me. I will deal with you myself.
Fail with you? I will never fail. I always...
Shut up! Be gone! You know what to do! Go! Go! Get out of here!
Can I buy you a drink, miss?
Pepsi.
2 Pepsis, please.
My name is Pepsi.
That's sweet. My name is Bond. James Bond. Tell me something, Pepsi. Who's a girl like you doing with a moke like that?
Beat it, Blowjob.
Yeah, beat it, Blowjob. Who say we split the top stand?
Second parts anyhow. It was nice bumping into you, James.
Yes, I've had my fair share of bumps in my day, Pepsi. seems to be a little warm.
I know.
The champagne, Pepsi. I think I'll get another.
Who needs it?
Oh, dear Pepsi, there are some things that a man just doesn't do, such as drinking Dom Perignon 56 above the room temperature of 36 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like seeing Michael Jackson without his white glove. Sit tight, Pepsi. I'll be right back. Hello, Felix. Bond. Come over here quick. The Pepsi's gone flat. She's dead. Pepsi. And she's covered in cocaine. Yeah, coming. Hey, Felix.
Came as quick as I could, James.
Yeah, well, not quick enough, I'm afraid, Felix. Take a look at what I woke up to this morning.
Oh my God, is this real coke, James?
Sure it's real. Matter of fact, let's find out how real it was. Pure Peruvian bone.
Oh my God, this guy's a hell of a lot worse than we thought he was.
Yeah, that's why I don't have time to stick around. I'm gonna have to beat it now. And then, look at this. Every time I turn around, I see a Michael Jackson. Is there anybody in the world that doesn't have a Michael Jackson album, a tape or something? God, listen, Felix. Where can I find Coca-Cola?
Well, if weather permits, she should be at Dr. Lowe's poolside right now.
Does weather permit?
Yes, she should be there right now.
Well, then I think I'll suit up at our hotel, and I'll be back with you this evening.
Okay, James.
Okay. Listen,
I'll handle things on this end.
I apologize for the mess.
Feel better, James.
I'll try.
So, you wanted to see us? Sit down. I'm sure you're wondering why I called you here. Well, why silence? Somebody has failed me.
Failed you? How can we possibly say?
Silence. Mr. Bond has gotten a taste of Pepsi.
Taste of Pepsi?
Silence! You all know the penalty for failure, don't you?
We failed you, sir? I mean, like how?
Silence! I don't know who did it, but somebody will have to pay. But for now, just have a little candy, gentlemen. I said have some candy! You done a fine job for me, blowjob. Have some candy. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Let this be a lesson to you, blowjob.
I hope you don't mind me dropping in on you like this. My name is Bond. James.
I know who you are. Sit down, Mr. Bond. I know what you're here for.
Thank you. So what's he doing inside that house there?
Oh, I tell you, every time you walk in, there's nothing but, hi there, Tammy. Cocktails, Mr. Bond?
Oh, sure. I'd like to have a vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. The same for Miss Coca-Cola.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Pond.
Tammy Pond?
Yes.
Very absorbing little girl.
Very delightful young lady. As you were saying, Mr. Bond.
As I was saying, Cokie, something is up with Dr. Blow. You know it as well as I do. He's already killed one girl, so I want some information. Can you please tell me what's going on in there?
Well, like I was saying, every time you go inside, there's nothing but Michael Jackson videos, Michael Jackson music. Everybody's totally absorbed in this Michael Jackson craze.
So what happens every time you hear a Michael Jackson song or video or whatever?
Oh, Tammy, thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Your martini, Mr. Bond. Ma'am, thank you. You're welcome.
Not bad, not bad.
As you were saying, Mr. Bond.
As I was saying, Koki, so he seems to be playing Michael Jackson stuff all the time.
Yes, everybody gets into these hypnotic states that go absolutely out of their minds. Really, the cocaine.
Oh, wait. You're saying every time you hear or see a Michael Jackson video,
That's right.
you have the craving for cocaine?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
And the same thing happens when you hear music also?
Michael Jackson music, to be exact.
Doesn't Michael Jackson have a video coming out in a few days?
Yes, I think he does.
I think you hit on it, Koki. You know what your Dr. Blow seems to be doing?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
He's hypnotized. He has some way or another. He has the tape hypnotized. So when people watch a videotape, they get hypnotized into wanting cocaine. That's exactly how he's going to threaten the whole world to becoming cocaine addicts. You see, as soon as they release the Michael Jackson video thriller, Operation Thriller,
How do you know it's called Operation Thriller?
that's what Dr. Blow called it, Operation Thriller. The tape is going to be called Thriller. It's going to be released worldwide. Everybody and their goddamn sons and mothers are going to hear this thing, and everybody will be a cocaine addict.
Oh my God.
I can't handle it. You have to stop this Dr. Blow now. Let me listen to music before I leave, please. Sister?
Good music. Good music.
This is that Michael Jackson again, isn't it?
Yes. Would you like some Coke?
Would I like some Coke? No.
It's great.
Wait. hold on.
Stimulates me, really stimulates me.
Are you telling me that this stimulates you?
Ah, yes. Would you like some?
You want to stimulate. Let me stimulate. Well, I think I'll be taking this over to Mr. Leiter, and maybe next time when we meet, we'll have a dip together, maybe.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Maybe the next time. As for now, I shall go take a dip myself. Cheers, Mr. Bond.
It's a shame we have to do it all over.
Coming. Coming. Who is this? James, I hope this what? What have you got?
I think I solved it.
Yeah?
Yep. I was down at the poolside with Koki this afternoon.
Excuse me 1 second. We need a little breakfast.
Okay.
Go ahead, continue.
Okay, like I was saying, I was down at the poolside with Koki this afternoon. She takes out this tape and puts it in her tape recorder.
What's that?
Regular, normal cassette tape. She puts it in her recorder, starts to play it.
All right.
All of a sudden, she turns into a raving cocaine addict right in front of my eyes.
You gotta be kidding.
Immediately. I'm talking about she transformed from one person to another. Okay?
Let me see it.
Yeah.
His luck?
Luck to you, sir. Okay. It's been on the tip of my tongue for days now. Do you remember when I first walked into this room?
Yeah.
And you asked me what I thought about Operation Thriller.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and I said it was jokingly, I said it reminded me of a Michael Jackson song.
Right.
Well, remember when we were at Pepsi's apartment?
Yeah.
Right after Dr. Blow kindly eliminated her for her wrongdoings.
Right.
Did you notice what was all around her apartment?
Sure, there was Michael Jackson posters and albums all over the place.
Okay. Somehow or another, our good friend Dr. Blow has got a device he puts into these cassettes and videos or whatever he wants to put them into.
Right.
And people who listen or watch these things automatically get turned into cocaine addicts. Okay, right now he's using Michael Jackson. He could use anybody. Use any artist, any video, any movie for that matter. Whose video is due to be released tomorrow, worldwide?
Michael Jackson's.
Probably in the excess of 100 million people will buy and see that video tomorrow.
I would say at least.
Okay, virtually every man, woman, and child in the world is going to see that video.
Absolutely.
Our good friend Dr. Blow has got his paws into the master copy of that. If he gets those masters out to make them and sell them tomorrow, everybody who sees that's going to be an addict. And that's exactly how he's threatening the world.
That's frightening.
And there's only one way we can stop it.
How's that?
You got to take that tape,
Right.
have it analyzed by your boys down in Washington.
Right.
Find out exactly how he does it. And get me a master copy of the Thriller video that's due to be released tomorrow. I'll take the master copy down to Blow's house, break right in, make the big switch. You'll never know the wiser.
Sounds like a good plan, James.
And we'll pull it.
We'll get on that right away.
You get on the phone in Pentagon right now, we'll get it done, and I'll give you a ring as soon as I need you. I'm gonna need you to back me up.
No problem. Just drop a quarter.
Okay, pal.
Yeah, Felix Lighter here. Put me through to the Pentagon right away, please. Emergency. Top secret.
Thank you, Blowjob. He's a very important man in my organization, Mr. Bond. Always uses his head, you know.
My head, too, Dr. Blow.
Mr. Bond, it's so good to see you again.
Again?
I mean, I was expecting you, Mr. Bond.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
Cokie, come here and, remove the tape that Mr. Bond over here, conveniently switched for us.
Thank you.
I wouldn't get too close to Mr. Bond, Cokie. I don't know what this world would do without Pepsi and Coke. Mr. Bond, you've been a lot more trouble to me than you're worth, Mr. Bond.
I'm sure.
I'll offer you another drink, Mr. Bond, but where you're going, you won't need one of these.
Well, that warm hospitality like that, Dr. Blow, I think I'll be leaving. I already have a previous engagement.
Mask! Take him away! And change his attire to something a little more suitable for his funeral. And Mask! Check him to see if he has another gun. He's a tricky little devil, this Bond over here.
Drive with that gun in my face. Drive! Drive! Go! Go!
I'll face only a Mulligan, love, I'm sure.
Well, the great Mr. Bond. I wish I could dump you right now.
Can be arranged. Bon voyage. Bon voyage, buddy.
Mr. Bond. You will break her neck. Take her back to the torture chamber.
Mr. Bond, Mr. Bond. So we meet again.
Pleasure's all yours, I'm sure.
I assure you, Mr. Bond, this is going to be the last time we meet. I understand you disposed of the Masquerade, quite handsomely.
Well, he kind of flew the coop, so to speak.
Well, Mr. Bond, this time I'm going to take care of you myself.
I could see why they call you Dr. Blow.
That's right. And I'm certainly going to make my point this time, Mr. Bond.
Well, I think you've made your point, Blow. Put that away.
Well, maybe this is a little too simple for you, Mr. Bond. 007.
In quadruplet.
In quadruple. Here's a little object that might interest you.
The Swiss corkscrew, invented by the Swiss to remove corks from bottles of wine and champagne.
Yes, Mr. Bond, but I use it for a quite different purpose.
Now, what's that?
I screw out little pieces of people's brains, piece by piece. I screw them right out.
Surely, Blow, there's nothing in there you want.
I'm sure there's something there I can screw out.
Well, I could think of a much better thing to screw.
Yes, Mr. Bond, I noticed the way you were looking at Cokie. Maybe I can screw that thought out from your mind, eh? Maybe I can. But that's too simple a way to dispose of you, Mr. Bond. Things like this have to be done very delicately.
I'm glad to hear that.
Like you said, Mr. Bond, they don't call me doctor for nothing.
Cut it out, Blow. Put it back. What's going to happen if you kill me? Nothing.
Just delight, Mr. Bond. Just sheer delight. But which one shall I use? Which one shall I use? Do you think it's sharp enough, huh? Huh? Do you think that's sharp enough, Mr. Bond?
Yes, I said that's pretty sharp there, Dr. Blow.
I think you could use a shave.
I just shaved this morning, thank you.
Well, let's just sharpen it up a little more. There's an old art of torture. Came down from the Chinese. I mastered it years and years ago.
What might that be?
And what do you suppose I could use this? Long, cylindrical, smooth. Where do you suppose I could use this, Mr.
I
Bond?
can't imagine.
Huh?
Not.
Where do you suppose I could use this, Mr. Bond?
Not up the old dirt road.
Incredible how you could jest at a time of death.
Very funny.
And this will be your death, Mr. Bond. But where shall I begin, huh? Where shall I begin, Mr. Bond? What part do you like the best, huh?
My nose.
Oh. Maybe I should start inch by inch.
I think you've made your point perfectly clear, Blow. Cut it out, will you?
I'm going to take care of you myself, Mr. Bond. And I'm going to enjoy it. Oh, God, am I going to enjoy it. And if you're thinking of escaping, Mr. Bond, wipe the thought from your mind. Those bracelets on your hands are made of plutonium carbamide, the strongest element known to man. Only an industrial strike laser beam can save you now.
You never seem to find a laser beam around when you need one, Dr. Blow.
That's right, Mr. Bond. And the nearest laser beam is 3.29785 miles from here.
Well, then I guess my time has come, Dr. Blow.
This is it, Mr. Bond. Your time has come, Mr. Bond. 007. Your time!
Much better suited for the occasion. Felix, this is Bond. I'm gonna set the timer right now. I'm not out in 2 minutes. Come in after me. Good luck, buddy.
I'll take that, Mr. Bond.
Yes, Dr. Blow's been waiting for you.
Well, it's been a very long day, boys. Very long day.
This way, Mr. Bond. No tricks, Mr. Bond.
So we meet again, Dr. Blow.
Paths I've crossed once too many times for my lifestyle, Mr. Bond. But I assure you, it will never happen again, because your lifetime is over, Mr. Bond.
Spare me, Blow.
But before you go, Mr. Bond, I would like you to sign this book that so many of your predecessors have signed before you. Sign it, Mr. Bond. Allow me.
Let me use my pen.
As you wish.
Of course. Well, but such a sick criminal mind, the believer, the beginner, the organizer of Spector could think of such a sick scheme.
Sick to you, Mr. Bond, but it takes a brilliant mind.
Brilliant in your
accomplish such a brilliant plan, Mr. Bond.
Brilliant in your turn, but a criminal mind nonetheless, Blow.
Goodbye, Mr. Bond, and farewell.
Your plans are blown,
don't see him anywhere, just his car, but the place has been blown. I'm gonna go in after him. Over. Wait, stand by. I think I see him coming. James, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all in one piece anyway. Put that gun away, Felix. You're not going to be eating that anymore.
What about some surprise visit by Dr. Blow?
No, it appears that our good old Dr. Blow was really Unstoppable Blofeld.
Blofeld?
That's right. Dr. Blow was Blofeld in disguise. But nothing to worry about, because you won't be hearing from either one of them anymore.
And I guess that's it. Dr. Blow's plan has been foiled. His headquarters have been destroyed, and he's been eliminated. So, no loose ends to tie up from here?
Well, there is one loose end, Felix. Just one. As a matter of fact, here she comes right now.
Ah, I see what you mean.
James, are you all right? James, are you all right?
No,
Are you all right?
I'm just fine, Cokie, just fine.
I just want to be with you, James.
Well, if you wanted to be with me so much, then why'd you tell Dr. Blow I was going to switch his tapes?
I didn't. He bugged me.
Yeah, he had the pool bug, which is exactly why I didn't switch the tapes, knowing that I would get caught and they would take the tape from me and replace my phony tape with the original.
You mean I replaced the master with a phony?
That's exactly right, Cokie.
Oh, James, you're so smart. I love being with you.
Just being and just talking to me?
What do you mean?
Come, I'll show you.
What is this?
What does it look like?
James, what's going to happen to me? After all, I was part of Dr. Blow's family.
From where I'm standing, Cokie, you seem to have a great future behind you.
What's that for?
It's a remote control.
For what?
The automatic pilot, of course.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Baby, you're the best. I wasn't looking, but somehow you found me. I tried to hide from your love, but like heaven above me, the spy who loved me is keeping all my secrets safe tonight. And nobody does it better. Though sometimes I wish someone could. Nobody does it quite the way you do. Why'd you have to be so good? The way that you hold me, whenever you hold me, there's some kind of magic inside you that keeps me from running, but just keep it coming. How'd you learn to do the things you do? And nobody